Nigerians rise above vote buying, political manipulation, and ethnic sentiments to make informed choices that shape the nation's future? Tonight, we examine the gap between policy and impact, the true state of youth welfare, and whether Nigerians' young people are ready not just to vote, but to lead the country's democratic transformation. Now, joining us is Engineer Jethro Anum-Tehile. He's the national president of the Nigerian Youth Congress. He'll be joining us to discuss all of this. We'll go for a short break. When we return, it'll be time to have this conversation. Stay with us. This is Asonye Live.
Welcome to the Niger Delta, a region of incredible beauty and stark contrast. From its breathtaking landscapes to its rich cultural heritage, this is a place where history and modernity collide. But beneath this serene surface lies a story of struggle and resilience. The Niger Delta is the lifeblood of Nigeria's economy, home to vast oil reserves that fuel the nation, yet it is a land where the people fight for their share of the wealth. Join us on the program Niger Delta Today as we explore the heart of the Niger Delta, discover the vibrant cultures, the struggles for environmental justice, and the stories of the people who call this place home. This is the Niger Delta, a land of contrast, a story of resilience, a journey of hope. Don't miss our exclusive series, Niger Delta Today, every day at 12 noon, only on ADBN TV. Witness the untold stories, experience the journey, be part of the change.
Did you know vote buying and vote selling is a criminal offense? Under Nigerian law, the punishments for vote buying and selling includes a fine of 5 million naira, a 2-year jail term, or both. Through strict legislative updates to the repealed Electoral Act 2022 ahead of the upcoming general elections, the National Assembly significantly stiffened these penalties. Under the current legal framework, Section 22 of the new Electoral Act 2026, the fine was escalated from previous limits, which capped punishment at 500,000 naira and 12 months in prison, to not less than 5 million naira and a jail term of not less than 2 years. Additionally, convicted offenders face a mandatory 10-year ban from contesting any election in Nigeria. The stiffened penalties apply explicitly to anyone who unlawfully possesses a voter's card, sells or attempts to sell a voter's card, buys or offers to buy a vote, or sells and offers to sell a vote. All voters are advised against selling their votes. If votes don't count, who would try to buy them? Stay updated on our latest series of voter education on the ADBN Enlightenment Campaign.
Now, as we prepare towards the 2027 elections, like I said earlier, we're preparing young people. Do they even know what to expect, how to pick the right candidate? Can hunger coexist beside electoral integrity? Those are the questions we'll be asking. And Engineer Jethro Anum-Tehile is right here. He's the president of the Nigerian Youth Congress, a nationally recognized youth organization, of course, recognized and committed to youth development, leadership, and civic engagement across Nigeria. He is also an engineer, public affairs advocate, and development consultant with extensive experience in youth empowerment. I welcome you to the show.
Thank you very much.
Right. I think we just start with that question. Can poverty coexist with electoral integrity?
Sure. In our country today, when you look at it holistically, you see that what drives the young people is the show-off and the monetary value the politicians add to it.
Right.
Yeah. So this has been a very delicate issue that we've been trying to address by way of advocacy and trying by community engagement, just to make the young people understand that the future is something you plan for. It's not about what you get today. If they give your mothers at home salt and Maggi,
all branded with faces of their political actors.
What do you call it? 10 kg bag of rice. And in your household, you guys are not less than 5. So a week after, what becomes your home?
You're back looking for more to eat.
Exactly. So it's about having a conscious plan about the young people, educating them, training them. Now we've left the analog world, we are in the digital world now. AI, tech skills, and all that has come into play. So what is the system doing to engage the youths productively? That is the big question that is before us, the youth leaders, and before the so-called leaders that we are looking up to.
Right. For instance, the Tinubu administration has rolled out several interventions. I will just mention a few. We have the NEL Fund, one that a lot of political analysts have pointed as to one the intervention in the education sector that has really supported young people in education. We have the Consumer Credit Scheme aimed at, partly at young workers. We have the 3 million technical talent program is tagged the 3MTT. Yeah. We have the presidential initiative on compressed natural gas, the CNG initiative. We have student entrepreneurship support programs. We have the creative economic financing program as well, MSME support programs, several of them, youth development programs coordinated through the Nigerian Youth Ministry. We also have expansion of social investment and human capital programs under the Renewed Hope Agenda. I can go on and on, several initiatives that have been announced and launched, some launched massively. I guess my question here is, with all these initiatives, all of them look on paper like it has good intentions. Why do you think it has not really been as impactful and efficient as it should be? You talk to young people and what you hear them say is, well, I don't feel governance. I don't feel the impact of governance. I don't feel anything. In spite of all of this, why do you think that is?
Okay, what I have to say about this, you see, impact and being ready are two different things. The young people of our time, of my own generation, let's say the Gen Z generation of young people, they really don't want to work.
Okay.
Yes, and output is a result of what you put in. These safety nets are there. These programs are there. But if you really ask the young people, they'll tell you they are not aware of it. So most of the tasks we are having now as youth leaders is enlightenment, telling them, oh, there's this here for you. You can become an AI expert free of charge by just logging in and simple application. Last week, the Minister of Youth Development, Ayo, A1D, they launched a youth initiative again that the president made mention of, the training of 5,000 youth, giving them opportunity to become technicians on how to manage metering, installation, and maintenance. Look at the number of households we have across the nation. And each household accounts for the light they consume.
Exactly.
Through metering. That's how the accountability comes. So there are issues that you apply, you wait over time, and you don't have to get it. Our meter is down, and our lights was cut off. And you see, the workforce comes in now. That's productivity. So I believe that with this initiative, the young people will happily apply and get involved. So
but are we seeing that number applying for?
Even more than that. The rate of unemployment in the country, people are looking for what to do, both graduates.
But in your statement here, you just mentioned weak awareness, poor communication. Who does it behove on? I mean, when these things are reeled out, the president just comes and says, "Oh yes, we're starting some credit corp installation training for young people." Do you think the ministries, the agencies, the parastatals that are in charge of this kind of initiatives do enough in cascading this information? It seems like it's only when it's election time that you see that engagement is rife. Everybody is traveling to the nooks and crannies. But when it comes to interventions like this, we don't see that much effort. Moreover, remember that a typical Nigerian youth is already skeptical about government. They feel like there is a certain beneficiaries that government has already, pinpointed to benefit from such initiatives. So if we are serious, who should take these things over and down to everyone?
Okay. That's why we are here. The Nigerian Youth Congress is an organic youth movement made up of young people within the ages of 17 to 45.
Oh, really? So yes. I'm eligible?
Exactly.
I'm still a youth.
You can join us if you so wish. Yeah, so we have platforms. We have our website where we reshare these initiatives of government, and the Congress structure is the national down to the state, to the local government, and to the ward level. So at every level, the subnational levels, we try to engage the young people via our channels, WhatsApp channels, and like that, to say, oh, this program is here for you. You get to understand that the young people will say, oh, nothing is happening, the federal government is not creating jobs, this and this and this and that. How prepared are you on the other side?
To be beneficiary, right?
Exactly. So these are the questions.
But do you also believe that these initiatives often have like bureaucratic application processes? Because there was a time there was this, I can't remember which of the initiatives now, it was really fancy.
No.
I asked myself, when I went through, because I was helping someone to apply, again, in the media, we do our best to say, these things are available. And so when you announce it, some people reach out to you to say, listen, the English there, I can't even read it. And yet, these initiatives were targeting certain individuals who it didn't matter if you went to school or not. There were skill acquisition initiatives. And I don't know if it's a plan to get only certain individuals, or do you think there is good intention in rolling out these initiatives that people can't even read, to understand how to feel it in a semi-literate country like ours?
This safety net that government has put in place just to aid the young people, to create employment, to take them off the street, to be meaningfully engaged so that they can be useful, productive at the end of the day. There's no young person that does not have a Facebook account.
You'll be surprised.
It's like you going there and they ask you what is your name, and you can't type your name there, your age, your area of interest. What do you want to do? Can 50,000 be okay for you? A month, this and that. Can we train you in this service? How do you feel about it? What's your level of education? So that we'll know how long the training time can take. And you want to tell me you can't answer that?
Yes, you'll be surprised. There are a lot of people who can't even read what you just
Then,
said right now.
If so,
but my question now is, yeah.
Hold on, let me tell you. If so, then we have to go back to the basics.
I agree with you, because sometimes when you come up with this, there's a lot of issues that affect implementation of these programs. We've talked about the weak awareness, where people don't even know. The jingles are in quaint English, telling you don't even know you're eligible to apply for some of this jobs.
The issue around this is interest.
Yeah. However, there are some things you watch and you don't even know you're eligible until someone says, by the way, that English means that you too can apply. We've talked about poor communication.
Okay, what we'll do now, we'll work on
this
the Wazobia arrangement. So putting this into the 3 major ethnic languages in the country.
Why does it have to be 3 major? And my question now is, again, we're talking about welfare, social welfare of Nigerian youth, yes, and how it affects elections, and how it affects how they get to pick the right candidate, if even Nigerian youths are even positioned to rescue our democracy. So the next question I have is, do you think the 774 local government chairmen that we have in this country feel the need to also cascade these initiatives to their constituents?
That question you've asked takes me back to something, an advocacy program that we have always pursued as a Congress. 11 July 2024, thereabout, or 25, the Supreme Court passed a judgment on the autonomy, financial autonomy of the local government areas of the Federation. But have you asked yourself, why is it that up to date, this autonomy has not been implemented?
I have asked myself. I've also had a conversation with some local government chairmen, and I'm embarrassed to tell you the responses I get.
That is it. Those are the issues we are having. The subnationals have refused to allow the local government exist. I beg to tell you today that some of the issues we are having, security issues we are having, is because there's no presence of government at the local government areas. Because the state governors have swear to letting go the local government so that there can be meaningful development. Development is from the grassroots to the top. There's no way you can get development from the top down. It's down up. So if the state governors have held the local government councils ransom, what are we talking about here? Now, the Federal Ministry of Justice was to meet and decide on the framework on the implementation of this financial autonomy.
Right.
It's 2 years now, we've not had anything. I could remember when the APC governors gathered at their National Executive Council meeting at the presidential villa.
But the Nigerian people, how aware are we? How concerned are we?
There's no NTM network there. What you have there is Airtel from Cross River, neighboring states. So what kind of a system is that? Imagine that the local government chairman and the council receives this money untempered with. Tell me what will happen in the state. The insecurity we are facing too will be checked. There will be the presence of government.
Absolutely.
Exactly. Because where there's value, there's government. So this is what we are trying to say. The governors have held too strong on this issue. Let the local government breathe so that there can be meaningful development. In essence, this is what we are trying to say. And I am looking up to the National Assembly to come up with a constitution review that will take the powers of the local government elections and give to the national INEC so that there can be some level of independence.
What level of independence? We're talking about the local government chairman who, were you not there when when it was rife, and we're talking about the financial autonomy for local governments. And local government chairmen had the Alcon meeting. When they were interviewed, some of them said, no, listen, my monies, I think the governors should have it. They were against financial autonomy that you and I are here celebrating. We saw how local government chairmen laid flat on their bellies for their governors,
when you have taken your acronyms and everything and made them become elected chairmen as a result of the state electoral body, what do you expect? At least to an extent, we are clamoring that the elections of the local government should be conducted by the national, because to an extent, there is a level of independence. I had a
conversation with a political analyst, and we had that, when we say, oh, but the governor has just but a vote. But that's not true.
Exactly.
I keep rehashing this story of joining as a journalist to document the plight of young people who are contesting election. And I once had a friend who is a young person and wanted to be governor. When he went to traditional rulers, every single one of them said, listen, the governor has already told us who to vote for. I'm sorry, we cannot vote for you. Go meet the governor and see if there's some compensation he can give you. So the governor also controls not just people, not just staff, but traditional heads, who you and I know we still, thankfully, have some reverence towards. So a governor doesn't have one vote, whether it's national INEC that...
Our country today, elections are mostly not free and fair. That's why you see that the most capable hands don't get to come on board. It has been politicized. It has been religious-based. It has been monetized. So the rightful candidate that fits in for the job, it does not always have that opportunity. Because look at in the instance of what is happening now.
Nigerian electorates know that they can protest with voting by saying, listen, because of how expensive your nomination forms are, we do not think you are fielding formidable candidates. And so for that, we will not vote you.
That's their choice.
Okay, so it's time to go for a short break. The conversation is still around how Nigerian youth, or if Nigerian youths are even positioned to rescue our democracy. This is just Asonye Live. We'll go for a short break and be back shortly. Stay with us.
Did you know vote buying and vote selling is a criminal offense? Under Nigerian law, the punishments for vote buying and selling includes a fine of 5 million naira, a 2-year jail term, or both. Through strict legislative updates to the repealed Electoral Act 2022 ahead of the upcoming general elections, the National Assembly significantly stiffened these penalties. Under the current legal framework, Section 22 of the new Electoral Act 2026, the fine was escalated from previous limits, which capped punishment at 500,000 naira and 12 months in prison. To not less.
Absolutely.
There's a process when you are being born, you are trained, you grew up. There are hurdles. Like they say, experience is the best teacher. There are experiences. That's why at times when you go out to get employed, they say, what's your level of experience? So I believe that democracy in Nigeria is old enough and has been refined to this level we are for the people to know what is good and what is best for them. So over time, they've tried it, and the time you were giving rice and the immediate benefit, afterwards, what happened? Is that still what you want to experience now? So development does not come cheap. It comes with sacrifice.
Okay.
So in trying to sacrifice for a better future, we should be able to endure to an extent. Because as a civil engineer, if my local government was fully in control of the resources it has, what will I be doing in Abuja? I'll be there building culverts and roads.
Absolutely.
That will be paid by my leader, which is the council chairman or the supervisory councillor on works. That's who I'll have more business to do with. I believe that the center should just be a regulatory body and deal with national and international politics and governance. The main tier of government that brings about development is the subnational government. So when there's no accountability at the subnational levels, what do you want the people to do? The people have been hijacked. Since after subsidy removal, monies have been going to the states. What are the governors doing with their monies?
Are your people aware enough to question the governor? Because you come out and your gutters are clogged or there's no gutter and you're like, the president has not done his work. You come out and your primary healthcare facility has not been, is not working. You say your president is not doing enough. Your primary schools are dilapidated. It's your president.
These issues are deeper than what we are sitting here to say. If truly these people are the accounting officers of the states and at their various levels, Nigeria would have been a better country than this. You come up, what leads to bridges and infrastructural development? Like in my own aspect, civil engineering, you do a traffic volume count that say, oh, there's need for a bridge here. There's need for a flyover there. The people don't even have cars. They can't afford it. And you are building flyovers everywhere. And you have kept youth development. You have kept human capacity development. You are not building industries that will create employment and productivity. You are building flyovers everywhere. What for? Is it the bicycles and the motorbikes they will use to ride on them?
But can it be simultaneous?
So it's misplaced priorities.
But can it be simultaneous?
Simultaneous?
Yeah, where human capital development is going on and then infrastructure is going on as well.
Yes. That is what it should be.
How come we don't have that?
That's not democracy. To me, I feel that we are not doing our best to even, and the young people keep hailing these people. They sing for them. They say, oh, you are the best. If not you, who else?
Because of what
when they are denying you of your rights, because of the immediate gains. So I'm calling on the young people of our country to look deep into these things. It's not about the immediate benefit. It's about the overall thing. Me, in my own position now, I'm not looking about the present. I'm thinking about the future. If I leave the same, it has been like this and there's no encouragement to participate. Because the young people see that, damn it, nothing good can come out of it. And that perception is very wrong. That's why we keep trying to put people together, advocating that no, your participation matters. We can come together and make a difference. This is it. Look at what happened in the subsidy regime here. Is the experience still counting?
But did it embarrass you? I'm still speaking about your experience. I mean, did it embarrass you that after all the advocacy that all of us, the media, civil society organizations, youth-led organizations such as yours did before 2023, we still saw very rife vote buying. I mean, it was brazen. And sometimes we see these things even in off-cycle elections where it's not even overwhelming. You will not say the general elections. The general elections can be very overwhelming. You have to be everywhere. But the off-cycle elections, brazenly in your faces. We are journalists, we are with our cameras, and they cannot be bothered because, I mean, what will happen if you see? So what you capture me giving out money for somebody who has voted. So how can we, get to that point where the electorates are saying no? We want people who we think would lead us better.
Innovations keep coming. We are heading to that time of perfection. So we are evolving.
Right.
So what we had last time has a little bit reduced now. So that is what I can tell you.
Is that what you think? Has it not been even worse with...
No, it's not worse.
Okay.
With the card readers and what it is, you know that you can't go there and inflate figures.
I'm not even talking about inflating figures. I'm not even talking about inflating figures. That's another kettle of fish altogether. What I'm talking about now is vote buying.
What I can say for now is that, but you see, there was voter apathy in the last elections that took place in Ekiti.
The off-cycle, even the area council elections in Abuja had a very paltry number of people who came out to vote.
So the people, the system now is actually getting better. There's more awareness now, and the people are actually fighting for their rights. Because I bet to say, the competition the sitting president had in 2023 was a very vigorous one. He fought to become, and he understands that. And he knows that if he doesn't do better, there's more fight ahead.
You think if elections are to be held today, he would have that kind of vigorous, well-fought elections?
One thing with Nigerians is that unconsciously we have been made to understand that any government that comes into power has 8 years to spend. So the momentum in the last election won't be as much as what we have now, that we'll have by January next year.
Does that not defeat the whole purpose of the 4-year term? Because whether you're doing well or not doing well, Nigerians are like, just allow him. He has 4 more years. Does it not defeat the whole purpose?
Coming to that, that is why when we heard of the rumored bill by the leadership of the Senate on the 6-year one tenure,
right,
it made a lot of sense to me. But people were looking at it from the other point of view, that, the president wants to come, do 8 years, and begin a new 6-year single term, and is creating bad blood all over the space. But to me, just come and have 6 years. Let Nigeria save that money of going into re-election for another election. Spend your 6 years and go. And let the presidency be rotational. So that the minority too can have the opportunity, be given the opportunity to represent.
What do you think about people who said 6 years was too long? 5 years could have just served.
No, for there to be any meaningful development, it must be more than 6. It should be at least 6 years. You're talking about road construction. How long will it take to construct a road from Abuja to Ibadan?
Does it have to stop at the end of the
the traditional African man believes that once you're gone, everything goes with you. Government here is not continuous. Those are the other issues that are stalling development in Nigeria. Everybody comes with his own. Government is not continuous. There are some other governors that believe in just only infrastructure. They don't believe in human capital development.
I had a conversation.
That one is not visible.
Yeah, exactly.
To give credit to them.
I had a conversation once with a House of Rep member who has in his office, he welcomed the road better, and they now have waters in their homes. It is not a political point. I will not win elections next time. What works in Nigeria is give them just enough to come back tomorrow. and they will vote for you.
So
if you do long-term investment,
is that actually planning for the future? It's not. These things are not sustainable.
So the problem is not them, or it's not the leaders, it's not the public office holders, it's us.
Yes,
So
the followers are the major issues.
So now that we've established that, what would you like young people listening to us right now? What would you like electorates who are gearing up for 2027 listening to us right now to know from you? What message would you leave them with as we round up tonight's show?
Okay. We first of all want to thank the young people for their resilience and the Nigerian nature in them. Struck clear with something.
Right.
Just like when you're filling a form online, terms and conditions apply. Look at it critically.
Okay.
That candidate you want to feed, what does it have in stock for you? Is it only because he's from your ethnic group that you want to support him because now he's a teen or who is from my place? What does he have to offer? Look at it critically. Because there's no gain without pain.
Of course.
We are going through a lot now as a nation. It is because of our nonchalancy in the way we managed our resources in the past. Now we are heading towards devolution of powers. We have 6 geopolitical zones. What is your vision for your zone? How do you intend that your country should be in the next 10, 15 years? That should be what should ring in our consciousness. And that, following it up with that, it gives birth to the kind of leader we want to select to lead us. So look at it holistically. If yours is just for the moment, you want to eat and go, good and fine. You have yourself or your children's or the next generation to face it. So I would urge the young people to settle down, watch closely, have a debate, look at the candidates, what they have to offer. When they come, don't look at the money they want to give you at the end of the rally. Listen to them and ask questions. And make your choice. So that's it.
Thank you so much for being
Thank you very much.
Thank you so much for being part of today's show and for the message you have sent to young people and, of course, all Nigerians watching us tonight. Thank you once again.
Thank you for having me.
Right.
Yeah.
And this is where we end today's edition of Joy Asonye Live. Remember that democracy is strongest when citizens vote with conviction and not desperation. The future is watching, and so is history. So vote wisely. That's it for Joy Asonye Live today. Have a wonderful rest of your day.
ADBN, a part of you.
Did you know vote buying and vote selling is a criminal offense? Under Nigerian law, the punishments for vote buying and selling includes a fine of 5 million naira, a 2-year jail term, or both. Through strict legislative updates to the repealed Electoral Act 2022 ahead of the upcoming general elections, the National Assembly significantly stiffened these penalties. Under the current legal framework, Section 22 of the new Electoral Act 2026, the fine was escalated from previous limits, which capped punishment at 500,000 naira and 12 months in prison, to not less than 5 million naira and a jail term of not less than 2 years. Additionally, convicted offenders face a mandatory 10-year ban from contesting any election in Nigeria. The stifling penalties apply explicitly to anyone who unlawfully possesses a voter's card, sells or attempts to sell a voter's card, buys or offers to buy a vote, or sells and offers to sell a vote. All voters are advised against selling their votes. If votes don't count, who will try to buy them? Stay updated on our latest series of voter education on the ADBN Enlightenment Campaign.
Every day, decisions are made, policies are